Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of the e-commerce lab by Ecomcy, the place of everything related to Amazon FBA, private label, and e-commerce. My name is Vincenzo, your host, founder, and CEO of Ecomcy. And today we bring another friend of mine. His name is Jakob Wolitzki, and he's the founder and CEO of DATAHawk, where they specialize on everything that has to do with actually having your custom solutions for your marketplace business. And we know this is actually something that's been a very interesting topic the last couple of months, specifically within my network, because people start asking themselves, what if instead of paying all these solutions out there, I actually can do something of my own? I can personalize it to my need and I own it and it's my asset. And that is what Jaco actually is going to be talking today about how you can actually make that possible. Before we jump into that, Jacob, I first want to welcome you to the show. It's a pleasure for me to have you here today. How you doing, my friend?
Hi, Vincenzo. Thanks for having me. Hey, everyone who's listening. Yeah, I'm doing good. Thanks. How are you?
It's a pleasure, man. I think we actually met in Tel Aviv, right? Over 2 weeks
Yeah,
ago.
exactly.
So it was a
Exactly.
ton of fun. We had amazing food there. We went and had a few drinks as well. We went
Oh, yeah.
around. So it was an amazing experience. And that's how we met and actually learned about your business. And I was super interested about you are bringing to the space because, yes, the fact that now you have the option to companies like yours to have your custom, basically dashboards and solutions and technology is amazing, and that's something that I'm pretty sure we're gonna be talking a lot about that on today's episode. However, before we do that, I want to use this opportunity to so you can use a few minutes to give us a little bit of the background of Jacob. I know you have a very interesting background and basically what brought you to today in terms of funding your company and being in the commerce space. So yeah, give us a little bit of that.
Sure, definitely. I mean, first of all, yeah, Tel Aviv was awesome. And actually, me and Delta Logic, we are very young in Amazon space and marketplace space. I would really say we've started the like we pivoted a couple of times with our company Delta Logic, which is custom software agency. So
Yeah.
in Europe, you call it a software agency. In US, you call it dev shop. In some countries, you also call it software house. So
Yeah.
in short, what we do is we build custom software solutions tailored for businesses.
Yeah.
And as I said, we are in a space just for around 1 year. So Tel Aviv was actually our third conference. I know that now we see each other more often. We
I'm
actually are
sure.
already planning a couple of next trips like Lithuania. I know
No,
there's
so I'm gonna
one
see you in
in
Lithuania in 2 weeks' time. Then.
oh yeah, exactly, right. Then in UK, and I mean there's some events. So yeah, we'll definitely see each other more often. But yeah, let me give you some basically overview of
Mhm.
why we are here,
Sure.
and what is our company doing, because I think it's very interesting, especially in ecom space. So again, we started 3 years ago. We've built multiple custom solutions, from simple websites to web apps to mobile apps to like custom scripts which are just doing some small automations inside companies, like API connectors. I mean, we've done everything, you name it. And initially we've been building, I mean, when you start, especially as an agency, like software agency, or even as a freelancer, you kind of have to say yes to everything, right? So back then it was me, my friend, we both were coders, so every coding project for us was just a nice opportunity, so we had to take it. And then yeah, after 2 years we already tried to just market ourselves like agency for this, agency for that. So
Mhm.
we started first in the automotive space. We are actually building some projects around automotive
Mm,
industry. Then we
okay.
jumped to logistics, manufacturing. We've built warehouse management systems, systems for logistics, transportation management systems. But still, it was very rare for us. It was super hard to close the project. And back then, I actually even started working on Upwork. And there
Mm,
was this one
okay.
job from Amazon seller. Actually, this is a very big Amazon seller. I don't want to say the name right now, but basically, yeah, they are selling like a health equipment.
Okay.
And yeah, this guy basically what he wanted is like, hey, connect to Amazon. Back then, it was Amazon MWS, so it's an old API. Right now, it's actually a whole migration happening in the Amazon API. So from MWS to selling partner API, But yeah, what he wanted is he wanted to download orders from MWS, which was the
Mm.
API, and put them to Google Sheet. And this sounds like actually very nice project. And I know that a lot of Amazon sellers are having a lot of Google Sheets, right? But they are doing it manually. So he just
Yeah.
wanted to automate that. And that's how we actually started. I've built this project, and I already saw how hard it was to actually connect to the API,
Yeah.
even the old one. The new one, same story, same story. It's also super hard. Actually, we've done a few videos on that. That's how we got popular. I'll get to it in a moment. But yeah, basically, I've built this project. Then we got one more project actually on the new API. So on the selling partner API, it was exactly the same. And then at some point, that was a vacation period, so we didn't really have any projects in pipeline. So I was like, all right, I'll just start to do some marketing for our agency. And I had experience back then from working and recording a YouTube videos on building a projects, because I was working for one big company, clever programmer. They have like more than 1
Okay.
million subscribers on YouTube, and I was like teaching Python, building projects. So
Nice.
I knew how to record my screen and teach people how to code, right? So I was like, all
Yeah.
right, maybe if I record this Amazon script, like how to build it from scratch on YouTube, we'll get something from that, right? I did that.
Yeah.
I actually did 2 videos on that, and over time they got extremely popular, to the point that
Mm.
if you type MWS or SPAPI in YouTube, we are literally number one on YouTube. And this video brought us so many clients in Amazon space that 1 year ago, actually, me, my co-founder, then CTO, and also one project manager, we sit down. I was like, hey, I think this might be it. I think this might be our niche, like marketplaces, Amazon. Let's just do all in and try and see if this works out. And yeah, I've recorded more videos. We changed whole website to be really focused on Amazon space. So if you actually go to our website, you can actually see like a guidance, like if you are a seller, if you are Amazon
Yes, I
agency,
can
or
see
if you're a
that.
vendor, you should do that, you should do
Hmm.
that. There are videos that are guiding you. And back then we had no idea what we are doing. We are trying to understand Amazon space. I mean, we are not sellers. We sold a couple of items on
Hmm.
internet, but that's it. We had no experience with Amazon itself, so it was really tough. But that's basically how we started. Of course, now it's totally different. We've built over 100. We've worked with hundreds of clients, around 100 right now, in Amazon space. So we really
Awesome.
gained unique experience on building tools and automations for sellers, for brands, agencies, vendors, everything
Yeah.
actually around Amazon.
Wow, that's very nice. Thank you for sharing that with us. And actually, on the point that you just mentioned that lately you've been working with all these Amazon related businesses. Actually, that brought me to my first question, which I had on top of my mind, which is, ask you about what are the things you're seeing in the space in terms of what are people actually coming to you from the Amazon space and requesting you to get basically develop with your company. Like, what are some of the tools you have worked in the last, let's say, maybe 6 months that you can share with us that you're seeing more and more Amazon sellers or agencies requesting you? Is it like a dashboard? Is it something more to
Mhm.
do with management? What are you seeing more and more people asking you when it comes to
Yeah, so
custom solutions? Yeah.
definitely. So when it comes to categories of projects, there's plenty of them. Like you can
Mm.
really go right now to Amazon App Store and you can see all of different tools out there. I mean, there's Helium 10, there's Jungle
Yeah.
Scout. They have plenty of tools. So there's a kind of like different categories of the tools
Yeah.
that you can see, right? There are research tools. There are tools that monitor sales, that download your sales, that displays on
That's
different
right.
dashboards. There are tools that reprice your items. So we really went through, I think at this point, through everything. So there's not like one common, most popular tool that people are requesting. I would say because of the first video with Google Sheets, a lot of people actually wanted to do something with Google Sheets already, or Excel, because I
Okay.
also address it in this way that, hey, there's this API, you can do crazy things with Google Sheets. You don't have to download stuff manually, write formulas. You can actually code that.
Hmm.
So first few projects we've done was really we've built a lot of things around Google Sheets. Then we actually got
Mhm.
this one very big project. Right now, it's actually our client is turning this to the SaaS. It's called Acorn Project. This is actually a multi-modular system to manage Amazon business from A to Z, like literally everything.
Okay.
He is an arbitrage seller, so basically, what he was doing is, I mean, you know that, right? That every Amazon seller is actually, I mean, if you want to win with competitors, you need to have kind of your own workflow, how you works,
That's
right?
right.
So
Yeah.
so many
Yeah.
Amazon sellers, they have so many tricks, so many weird Excel formulas, and those guys actually, because they are two founders, they were having 15 different Excel sheets with custom
Wow.
macros that they were going one after each other, from ordering to actually finding profitable items to sending to sending invoices, not invoices, but order requests to their vendors.
Yeah.
Then submitting items to the Amazon, and they actually came to us say, "Hey, we have this crazy workflow, this crazy way of printing money on Amazon, because we've been working on Amazon for last, I think it's 10 or 15 years.
Yeah.
We figured this out, but it takes us so much manual time. Can you
Hmm.
guys like build it in a web app?" And that's what we did, right? We took all of the information that was in Google Sheets and connected all of the pieces. We've built like a database schema and a nice front end UI to the web app, right? So this is like, for example, the app that fully manages Amazon business. And I'm not very familiar with like all of the tools that Jungle Scout has and Helium 10 because I've
Yeah.
never used them.
Yeah.
But just from the request that I have in, some of the sellers literally go to us and they say, "Hey, can you build me next Jungle Scout? Can you build
Yeah.
me
I
like?"
was gonna mention that. Like, what are some of the main reasons maybe somebody preferred to come to you that rather paying a membership of one of these tools? Like, I guess it's more cost effective long term, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, basically, when it comes to reasons why businesses, sellers want to come to us, they are different. There are a couple of them. Sorry. So the first one is definitely like price, money. I mean,
Hmm.
there are people who actually would rather pay 20K
Yeah.
upfront, one-time fee, than pay 200, 300 monthly. Like there are just people in the world that hates the subscription business model. I mean,
Yeah.
I know myself. I also hate paying for subscription. I just kind of don't have options sometimes with the tools that I'm using. I mean, I remember when Photoshop actually introduced the paying monthly model. I actually didn't
I
like
know.
it because I'm also this kind of guy that prefers to pay upfront. And yeah, that's one of the reasons. Like if you build your tool, it's your tool. You only pay for servers, and sometimes for the maintenance. Of course, if something break, which most of the times on the long run is cheaper, like because it's investment, right? So if you really
It's an
know what
asset
you're
that you
doing.
can own that if you wanna sell the company or anything, it's gonna add up for your multiplier and the value of your business, you know?
Oh yeah, I mean, another thing is if you build tool, yeah, if it's your tool, like you have all of the rights. When you work with us, we have NDAs. We will never share like anything
Mm.
related to your tool to other company. If you want, we will not even mention that you work with us. I mean, there are so many
I
companies
know.
that you 100% know them, but we can't say that we work with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
That decided to build tools with us. We also not only build tools from scratch, but we also share our expertise, right? So if you already
Okay.
have some developers working for you, if you are already building a project, we can also help you with that, because having knowledge from so many different projects in different areas in this Amazon space um, gives us this unique how to say competitive edge, right? I mean, we can just develop stuff 10 times faster because we made all of the mistakes that you can do.
Mm-hmm.
um, Another reason why, sorry, before we jump there, one more regarding
Sure.
pricing is not only monthly subscription, but especially for advertisement tools. This is
Mm-hmm.
like a very
You pay
common.
a commission.
Exactly. This is like a very painful thing that if you actually are using some tools, you're paying percentage of the ad spend, and that just, I don't want to swear
I
in
mean,
this podcast, but
if you spend if you're spending 1 million, I mean, a few percentage of that is crazy. Yeah.
that's a lot, right? So just here you can already have a tool So I'm just saying that yes, of course, if you want to build like very professional tool, it will be costly, right?
Yeah.
Here, I mean, we'll jump to the pricing probably in a moment, but yeah, some tools they are expensive, but the small automations they are very cheap. I would say, like considering how much time they can save you, it's
Yeah.
definitely worth that. And another reason, which is especially I would say important in Europe. I don't think that our US clients care that much about that because they are just not laws about that. But in Europe, data privacy is a huge thing, especially
Yeah.
within
Hmm.
Germany. And we are half German company. Actually, we've started in Germany. We have a lot of German clients, and one of the most common topics there is again data privacy. So when company comes to us, they say, okay, we don't want to use tools that are there on the market because we don't trust them. We don't trust that they will just
Yeah.
not resell our data or show to other people the data. We want to have our own tool on our databases, and that's how we feel secure. So we also built some projects like that, also like
Nice.
on actual um, physical servers. We also had those clients. I mean, usually it's cloud, but
Yeah.
it's also possible with us. So
Wow.
I would say
Okay.
those two are like main reason, and then the third one, which is I think obvious, is that every business is different and there's no one tool that will fit all of
Hmm.
you. And
Yeah.
especially when there are tools out there, and if you're even a big client, you're constantly requesting a features that fit just you. But if you're a SaaS business, if you have your own tool, this is the last thing you want to do. You don't want to develop like additional features tailored for this one client. You want to sell your subscription to as many people as possible. So this is just like this funny problem that
Yeah.
everyone just wants something different, and there's just no one good solution for everyone. And that's why companies like us basically exist, and that's why we found our space in this industry.
Yeah, of course. And actually, one thing I was thinking while you were explaining all this is actually I was the position that people must be put into when they reach out to you, in the sense that how do I even prepare all my requirements before reaching out to you? Because I guess sometimes it could be confusing for somebody that has never done software development or any kind of automation. Let's say a normal Amazon seller, they want a specific kind of tool, they know the pain point that they're going through, but how do I even get started? So I guess my question is like, how do I even, what are the first thing I need to have clear before reaching out to you and actually get started with my custom solution? Do I need to have specific things written in place, or this is part of the process that your team will help me figure out? Like, what is usually the timeline to get started? Let's say usually in the process. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it all really comes to the place like how quick you want us to give you a quote for
Mm-hmm.
the project, because there are like a couple of different clients, right? I would say let's just make it simple. Let's say there are two different categories of clients. People who go to us, they are a little bit technical and they know exactly what they want. As for example,
Okay.
as those as this client that I said, right? They had 15 different Google Sheets, they had their algorithms, they had their scripts. They just said, all right, this is how we do it. Now we want this all in one place. So we had
Okay.
all of the requirements. Actually, they also sent us like crazy long file with requirements. And this is
I can
just
imagine.
perfect because we can go through all of that. We can then just design the software, at least like give them and quote like the wireframes, what kind of technology you would see,
Mm-hmm.
how fast would it be, how costly would it be. Like right away, we can give you a whole quote, basically what will build you in the end. This is like, of course, the clients that we always prefer
Yeah.
because it's just straightforward. And there's a second group of the clients that we also like work a lot with. Those are people who want the software, but they are not technical at all, and they don't
Yeah.
really have any understanding on like
Mm-hmm.
what they want. I mean, they know what they want, but they are not 100% what kind of features they
Yeah.
want, and they don't
That's
have
the tricky
everything
thing.
like the helicopter view of the software. So what we do is we do like a discovery phase slash workshop. So this is something where we work with the clients. So we give them pre-offer. Um, so for example, we may say, all right, this software can cost you from 20K to 50K, but really depending on what we will do in the discovery phase. And then in the discovery phase, we guide our clients. on the features, we go on a calls, we actually go through their business processes, and then in the end, this is like we translate business logic to the software,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
you
then
try to
we
basically
do
get the requirements on a technical format so your developers can put it into action, basically. Yeah.
exactly. So that's basically two categories of the clients that we usually worked with, and then of course there's the third one which already they have developers, and then we just do consulting with them and help them.
Nice. Now, when it comes to and I'm thinking this because most of our listeners are, Amazon sellers that they might be interested into doing their own custom solution. And my question is, based on your experience of working with, we already so many Amazon brands in general, what are some of the maybe custom solutions that you would say this is a very good starting point in terms of maybe starting with having your own dashboard, or maybe starting with your own solution for PPC, or maybe for inventory management? Like, what are some of the solutions that you would say if you want to have a custom solution, this is the first one you should be aiming for when it comes to having yours. If you have some idea, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a very funny question, and I'll actually answer it a little bit surprisingly. So I would say if you are not 100% sure if you want to build a custom software solution, then you shouldn't. Like there are great tools
Mm,
out there. We have a
mm-hmm,
lot of partners with a very nice tools that you can just get, try it out, and work with them. And that's also what tell to clients who are coming to us. Hey, custom software solution, this is like very complex topic. It requires investment and it's really
mm-hmm.
tailored to your business, right? So if you are like
Yeah.
a seller who is, I would say, if you are a six-figure seller, five-figure seller, or smaller seller, then you don't need custom software
Doesn't
at
make
all.
sense.
You
Yeah.
should
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
focus on growing your business. You can use Jungle Scout tools, Helium 10 tools. They are great to start. But if you already have a team, if you have business processes
Eight,
within
nine
your
figures.
company,
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly. I would say seven figures is already good. Like if you have as if you are seven-figure seller, you are working with a team and you are selling on other
Mm-hmm.
marketplaces, then you can start considering custom software, because especially when it comes to selling across different marketplaces, there's a lot of problems that tools that are out there they are not just solving. Or if you have just some very unique business model of selling products on Amazon, like we have this one guy who's buying books in bulk, and then we are
Mm.
basically trying to find the one that will make profit for him, and then
Wow. Yeah.
repricing them. So I'm telling you, like it's just Amazon businesses are really crazy. People have
Yeah.
literally crazy algorithms and ways to make
I
money
can
there,
imagine.
and that's why they actually need custom software solutions. But if you're just starting out, they're great tools. Even if you're like a small agency, I wouldn't say go build your software right away. Only if you have like really unique business processes. If you see that the software that you are using it's not helping you, you are just using, for example, 20% of it, and then the rest it's totally different. It's not fitting. You see that you need custom features. Then this is basically a moment when you can start considering building something custom for you.
Awesome. And now the
Also,
last question. Go on.
yeah,
Yeah.
just I want to say that what's great about building custom software is that once you build it for you, you can actually start reselling it also to others, right? So you can actually
Mm-hmm.
build the
You can make a
tool
business.
and and actually make a business out of that. So that's also something that we really highly recommend to our clients, especially
Yeah.
agencies. If
Yeah.
there's an agency, I mean, every agency is different. They actually come up with a great tool. They can start reselling and
Yeah.
it
You
doesn't
can
have
sell
to
it
be
as a
like hundreds.
subscription.
You
Yeah.
can just sell it to like five other friendly agencies, and you can already break even, or like get your investment
Mm-hmm.
back and still continue your business.
Yeah, that's a very good idea because yes, I think actually most of the tools you see out there they started like that. Amazon sellers had an issue, they did their own custom solution. Then on Facebook or LinkedIn, people started saying, "Oh, how do you do that? How where do you get that screenshot? Oh, it's my software." And then they release it, and then that's how they made money.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. And now to start concluding, I know you have other services besides doing a Amazon a custom solution. So maybe it would be nice if you can give us a little bit of insights around those before we conclude today's episode. Yeah, so people can know about
Definitely.
them as well. Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, again, we have to market ourselves as custom software for Amazon sellers, but it doesn't stop there. If you are like in very narrow niche, then people at
Mm,
least know you right away, right? I mean, now when we are on a conferences, people know, okay, those guys are from custom software from for Amazon. But obviously, we work with other industries. We have different projects. The one I told you,
mhm.
warehouse management system, transportation management system. So, in the end, we build custom tools. Our niche is to really build it across all of the marketplaces, not
Nice.
only Amazon, right? So, if you're selling a Walmart, Amazon, eBay, Kaufland, Allegro, we can
Hmm.
we can help you there as well. The next one is consulting. This is something that we really like to do. So if you have
Hmm.
your own team of developers, or if you're self-taught developer and you want a slight push, you can always get like a 20-hour package with us. We are here to help. um, and then yeah, I mean, I could basically describe what kind of custom software tools you can build, but you can also go to our website and decide that,
Sure.
because if I start talking about it, it's like
Yeah, I
three
know.
hours. So
But that's great,
everything
Jack. I
related
mean,
to code. Yeah.
yeah, I appreciate sharing all this knowledge with us, and especially open the eyes to so many listeners and even myself about the option of doing custom solutions. I think for sure once you start reaching certain level, is definitely something most people should consider. Mainly because I love the fact that it's an asset. It's something that you own, then you can do whatever you want with that. You can sell it to, you say, your friends, your community. You can use it to flip your business and get higher valuation. I mean, it's so many things you can do with that, and that definitely is much better than just sometimes paying a subscription actually end up with nothing. So thank you for sharing that with us, and actually showing to the community that there are businesses like yours that can help with that. And that's why I actually wanted to use this last minute or so you can tell us a little bit about where people can find you and your team and your company, so if they want to reach out and explore this option further. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. Also, just one more last sentences. I'm sure you are familiar with Amazon automation scams, and
Oh my
that was
god,
very
yeah.
funny because when we went to the Amazon space and we said, "Oh, we built automation Amazon," then I got so
People
many.
were thinking that.
Yeah, people that were literally thinking that it's a scam that we are doing it. Then like I got those DMs. I was like, "What the heck?" Right? Then I checked those fake gurus on
Yeah,
YouTube.
yeah.
I was like, "No, no, we don't do this. We actually
We
build
do tools.
software."
Yeah.
But no,
That's a funny
yeah.
story.
Oh yeah. So basically, yeah, you can go to Delta Logic. There should be logo here with O, not
Yeah.
A.
I need to get one of
Deltalogic.com.
those here as well for me.
Or you can go to Instagram or LinkedIn, Jakob Wolitzki, Jakobowski, DM me, and yeah, I'll be happy to talk with you and help you there. So
Awesome, Jaco. It's a pleasure. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have you again in the future to discuss this further, and maybe even do a demo of, maybe the custom solution you can do for a concept. We never know. So let's see.
definitely.
But it's a pleasure, Jacob. Thank you for being on the show. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vincenzo.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye.